Now that we have our needle threaded and we have a nice beautiful knot at the end of our thread, we are going to learn how to do the very basic stitching, hand stitching of putting two pieces of fabric together. Right over here, I have just a basic felt. What I'm going to do just for this exercise, I'm going to stitch it right here together, joining two pieces. Okay, before I do anything, once I have pieces together the way I wanted to, I use little pins to put and to keep my fabrics together. So I can pretty much pin it anywhere. So what you do is you poke it in and out like this. And then in this case, it's not a very big piece. I think 2 pins would be just plenty. That's one way of doing it. If you, let's say, a bit more nervous for little guys to use or to have any pins around as they're stitching, there's always these type of clips which you can use. So for that, I'll just put the ends together and I put the little clips over here. The only thing in this case, you might have to move them as you stitching through. So why don't I just put one on the top and maybe one here, and then I'll move it like that. Okay, as you noticed and what I mentioned before, my needle doesn't sit next to me but sits in our little house. The reason for that is that you never want to lose sight of this needle. It escapes very easily, and the last thing you want is to sit on it or step on it. That will not be fun. So when I'm ready to stitch, I'm going to take my needle out of that little hotel. I'm going to make sure the thread is nicely and evenly separated. And now what I'm going to do, I'll start doing the basic stitches of putting this felt together. The simplest motion you have to remember is that the needle has to always go up and then go down. So what goes up must come down. That's the same mythology is in sewing. At the end of our thread, as you know, there's a bit of a knot, and a lot of times that's not what you want to see. So you want to hide it. So in this case, what I usually like to tell my students is to go in between the 2 layers for the first stitch. So I'm going to go in like this, pull the thread through, see, it stays there. And then I'm going to go back very close to it, right through the 2 layers of the fabric. There. So it's almost not noticeable. Now, if my thread comes at the bottom, that means the next stitch I'm going to do is it will go up. So once it's there, I'm going to poke my needle. I'm going to be making sure that I like the distance I'm having between first stitch and a second, and only then I'm going to poke the needle through and I will pull it through. So then we have our first stitch. Then I'll go from here, I'll go in, going down. That's our stitch. Very nice and beautiful. You want to keep them consistent and keep them sort of at the same distance and the same length. So I'm going to go up again and then I'm going to go down like this. Now, when you're hand stitching, especially when you're hand stitching, you usually probably will be making stuffies or something that you want to hold something in it. So for that reason, try to avoid making very large stitches. When you make very large stitches, the things will fall right through them because they're not holding the fabric tight. Also, the stuffing will start coming out. So you don't want those because those are really disappointing when you work so hard on something and something start coming apart. So as I mentioned before, when you're doing it, make sure your stitches are nice, even, consistent, the same length, the same distance apart. Sometimes, let's say if you working with a very young kids and they're having a hard time following the line just by looking at it where they're supposed to be, I recommend using a pen For example, the pen that's, this is a special pen that comes out with heat. So if I draw the line as a guideline for myself here or for somebody who's working on it, after I'm done, if I'll iron it with the iron, the line will disappear. So this is one way of doing it. If you don't have this, just a basic pencil line. Don't make it really thick so that it's not super noticeable. Or piece of chalk. This one also comes out with the heat, or just a regular chalk that you find in any fabric store or online that sell fabric supplies, sewing supplies. The chalk, the regular chalk, it doesn't exactly, you cannot take it out with the ironing, but you can brush it off, or if you wash it very lightly, it should come off. So to continue this, you just continue the same way. So you're poking it in and down. So you go always, you go up. Oh, I totally came off the wrong way. And down. Now, when I want to reinforce, because as you know, if I'm gonna cut the thread off, everything will come undone. So what you want to do, just like we've done the knot at the beginning, we have to do the same on the end. And what I always tell everybody, always go on the wrong side or somewhere that's not going to be very noticeable. So I'll go to the back, and what I usually do, you see where the thread comes out? What I usually do, I usually fold this fabric like this. So the thread comes out, it's like becomes like a little mountain. And now what you will do is you put your thread, you change the needle, you change the direction the way you're holding the needle. It almost comes this way, so it almost comes like this, and then you are going to catch very little of fabric right at just at the place where the thread comes out from. And then before you will finish that loop, you will go right inside that loop and pull the thread this way. So we got one. Then you have to go back into exactly the same spot, like following the traces of a previous stitch, like this. That's important. The smaller the stitches in this case, the less fabric you get, the tighter they will be, and they will not come undone very easily. And then again, so you pull that through. Oopsie. You make sure you have a nice clear opening, and you go through it again. With that, we have it nicely tightened over here, and only after that 2 stitches we are going to cut it. And when you cut, make sure you don't cut the knot off that you just did, the reinforcement. After you're done, as always, the needle goes right back in the house. I hope that helped.